What's going on, people? It's nice to see you again. Before I start, I want to get to a quick housekeeping item. So yesterday I made a post about something that Taylor had said. I'm not going to repeat it. Some of you saw it. Some people said if you slow that thing down to half speed, it's misleading or you're lying. You're lying on Taylor's name. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but just to let you guys know, I don't do clickbait. I know that some other pages, they have screen capture devices or whatever where the conversations are just rolling and rolling and rolling. I use my phone, so I'll be watching these live feeds for a long time. They'll be talking about their favorite color of the rainbow, whether they like Twix or whether they like Reese's Pieces. They'll be talking about, is the sky blue? They'll be talking about gym. They'll be talking about anything and everything that's just random. And then all of a sudden they will be like, okay, seriously, now let's get to the game talk. Number one, I'm watching in real time. Number two, they're whispering. So it's not always feasible, or I'm not always able to catch every single word. But what I try to do in my titles is to capture the essence of what the conversation said. Sometimes I'll use quotes. Sometimes I can't put the whole quote because there's only so many characters that are allowed in the title. But I do my best. I definitely do not put anything on there that I consider a lie or to mislead anyone. And if you think so, you can respectfully let me know, and I'll revisit that. That aside, I want to talk about whose stock has risen and fallen the most, what I consider, in the last couple of days, excluding Kyle. I am going to talk about Kyle very briefly, which is just to say, people are asking me, where is my footage of Kyle? I don't know where the footage of Kyle is. I think some other pages have some footage of him, but I literally have not seen the man since Sunday. I've been looking and looking. I jump on there randomly to check the feeds and I see everybody but him. So I don't really know what's going on with Kyle, but at least I do know that he's still there. In terms of whose stock has risen the most in the last few days, I would actually say it's not Brittany and Michael, it's Monty. And the reason why is because when Dire Fest came back into the house, they had their alliance, the after party, which was Turner, Terrence, Kyle, Alyssa. And Turner wins HOH. So it's like, okay, we can start with this after party and start knocking off the remainder of the leftovers. They were in power. Michael and Brittany strategically dropped this information about White Alliance and Cookout 2.0. The whole house turns on Kyle. And in turn, Turner feels pressured to now put Kyle off the block, put Kyle on the block instead of Monty like he was planning to do. And the house seems convinced that they are going to take out Kyle instead of Taylor, with the exception of Terrence, of course. So the reason why I say Monty's stock has risen the most is because he's been playing both sides heavily. He worked himself into a final two with Turner, which he previously didn't have. Turner used to have one with Kyle, but he's like, I can't have that anywhere around me because he's thinking about the outside of the house, right? So what he's doing is he's going to the leftovers and talking to them. He's talking to Taylor, he's talking to Brittany and Michael. And they're talking to him about Turner, giving him some intel about Turner. And then he's going to Turner and telling them what was said. It's like this epic game of telephone. What I see Monty doing is two things. Monty goes to Turner and he lays everything out for him and makes it seem like they're on the same page. He makes it seem like they're going for the same things. And he presents them in such a way where Turner thinks that he's making the best game move when he really isn't. Then he's going over to the other side, which is the leftovers. And when they start talking about Turner and saying, I don't really trust Turner, he's kind of convincing them like, yeah, you know, Turner, he's not really saying he doesn't trust Turner, but he's kind of in the conversation and in the mix. So what I was going to say is, he's kind of leaving his options open to go on either side depending on where things go. But he's actually setting himself up that his group is going to be back in the majority again once Kyle goes out. And it'll be interesting to see if they actually honor what they were saying in terms of leaving Turner alone next week, because they said they will not penalize him for doing the right thing. But checks bounce in the Big Brother house, as we all know. And in terms of whose stock dropped the most, I'm going to say it's between Terrence and Turner, but I'm more so going to say Turner because he had the power. I definitely get it that you don't want to be known as the guy who has a final two with somebody who people are saying is racist. But at the same time, for his game, he's putting all his trust in Monty, and that's not a good look or a good move for him. And going forward, he's outnumbered. And now I believe Turner has some enemies. They might not be super strong enemies, but they're like, he's a strong player. He makes big moves, and we need to get rid of him. So that's my stock rise and drop. A couple more things I wanted to say is I'm seeking a couple of moderators for my page, so let me know if you're interested. And also, if anyone is interested in video collaboration, I'm open for that as well. Thanks everyone, and have a great day.